Okay, friends, here we are this morning, and we are going to learn a new thing here in Math Today, order of operations. But before we do that, we're going to do a review from yesterday's parentheses and brackets lesson. Okay, so yesterday you learned how to evaluate numerical expressions with parentheses, brackets, or braces. So let's do a couple tallies here this morning and see how many you can get right. Pause me, do this problem, and then you can check your work. Remember, you're going to do the parentheses first, then the brackets. All right, 13 plus 7 is 20. Then 20 minus 3 is 17. 17 plus 5 is 22. Did you get a tally? Here comes the next one. Try it. Pause me. See if you can get it right. Parentheses and then the brackets. Right? 9 minus 7 is 2. So notice the whole problem has been rewritten except for the parentheses have been placed by just a 2. Then I do 2 plus 2 is 4. And 10 times 4 is 40. Okay. Next up. This one is a little different because the parentheses are over here. And then the brackets and the braces are over here. Complete this side and then complete this side, right? Okay. 4 plus 1 makes 5. And then 3 times 5 is 15 times, and then you can do your parentheses. 15 times 12 is 180. Did you get it? Awesome. If you need some extra review of those, let me know. So in math, when we've called out problems forever, you have been taught that however you call them out is how you get your answer. So normally you would take a problem like this, or so you've been taught, that 10 plus 3 is 13, and then you do 13 times 2 is 26. So that answer, that 26, is actually not right. It's actually wrong. Oh my goodness, it's wrong. And here is why. Here is what is different about that, right? The answer is 16. The reason is that when we have an expression that has more than one operation, add, subtract, multiply, and divide, you have to follow a certain order to make sure that the answer is correct, right? You can't just go willy-nilly and do problems however you want. It's called the order of operations. Just like, my friends, you put on your socks before you put on your shoes, and then you leave the house. You don't leave the house and then put on your shoes and then put on your socks, and you don't put on your shoes and then leave the house and then put on your socks over your shoes. You always put on your socks, your shoes, and then you leave your home, right? So order of operations is the same way. This video is shared with you that you can go and watch. It's one of those funny songs, okay? Now, after you've watched that video, you can watch it. You can pause me and go watch that video, or you can keep listening. The way we're going to remember this is PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Say that. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. P stands for parentheses, brackets, and braces. Parentheses, PBB, parentheses, brackets, and braces. The next one stands for exponents. Now, we don't know what those are, but you're going to learn what those are in a couple of weeks. So, E stands for exponents. M and D, multiply, divide, and then add and subtract, A and D. Now, the challenging part with this is notice how this is a big box together, and this is also a big box together, M to D, D to M, whichever comes first, right? So these, it doesn't matter if division is before multiplication. I'm always going to do multiply and divide left or right. Add and subtract is always going to be left to right. All right, so let's practice. All right, so let's look at this equation and ask ourselves, what should I do first? I have adding, I have multiplying, and I have subtracting. what's first on this list. Parentheses? No, there's no parentheses. Exponents? I don't know what those are yet. Multiply. Oh, wait, I do have a multiply problem right there. So I need to do that first. So I am going to do 7 times 3 is 21, right? And then I would add, and then I would subtract, right? For this one, which one am I going to do first? Multiply, add, or divide? So remember, I'm going to multiply first because it comes first. Which operation should I do first on this one? Oh, yes, the parentheses. I have parentheses in that one. Once I'm done with the parentheses, then I can go to multiplication, then division, last addition. Okay, so now let's actually try solving them. So we said that 7 times 3 is 21. What am I going to do next? Well, adding and subtracting are left to right. So what is 8 plus 21? 29 minus 1 is 28. Not so bad, right? Okay, let's try this one. This one we said, what are we going to do first? We're going to, there's no parentheses, there's no exponents. I go straight down into multiplying. So I'm going to do 74 times 7. Take a second and write that out. Oh my goodness, that's a big question. And the answer is 518. Now, oh my stars here, friends, look at this. I've got adding and division. What am I going to do next? Do I have any parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide? I'm going to divide first. So I'm going to do 518 plus 5. 10 divided by 2 is 5, and the answer is 523. That one was tricky. Did you get it? All right, this one I need to do the parentheses first, right? So I rewrite the whole problem just like I was doing with parentheses and brackets on that other slide. 12 minus 5 is 7. All right, so then what's next? I did the parentheses. There's no exponents. Do I need to multiply or divide? I need to multiply first because it comes first. 6 times 7 is 42. And then I keep writing the rest of the problem. Plus 6 divided by 2. What's next? Divide. 42 plus 6 divided by 2, which was 3. So the answer is 45. All right, independent practice. So that means I'm not going to talk about it and you try them. Try them and see how you do. Pause me, write them down, and let's see. All right, number 1, I'm going to do the parentheses first. What is 8 minus 1? 8 minus 1 is 7, and then 8 times 7 is 56. This next one right here, I had to do the parentheses first. 6 plus 3 is 9 times 2 minus 1, which is 1. 9 times 1 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 5 is 45. Then plus 10 is 55. Did you get them right? All right, here's some more. Here's some more review for your parentheses, brackets, and braces. All right, here they come. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 minus 8 is 10, and 10 plus 10 is 20. 2 plus 1 is 3. 18 divided by 3 is 6, and 6 times 6 is 36. All right, down here, I can do this side, and then I can do this side. 16 minus 6 is 10, plus 14 divided by 2 is 7. 10 plus 7 is 17. Okay, guys, so here is your notes. Here is what to write down. A, numerical expression contains only numbers and operations. Right? Evaluate means to find the value of a numerical expression. To evaluate a numerical expression, use the order of operations. The The order of operations is the set of consistent rules to follow. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. In your notebook, you're also going to tape in your little booklet page so that you can lay them on top of each other so that you can remember what order you should follow. All right, you have a worksheet to do that you can send me. Always check off your Class Dojo portfolio to say you watch this, and let me know if you have any questions.